most my God, be the watchman of this nation.
Hello, fellow Ambazonians. Sorry, I think there is a new button here. I didn't realize it has just come up. So, fellow people of the Southern Cameroons, fellow Ambazonians, at home and abroad, I greet you today, the 31st day of this month of October 2020. My name is Capo Daniel, the Deputy Defense Chief of the Ambazonia Defense Forces, a civil liberty activist, una own countryman, una own sense-past king Ambazonian FBI. Una welcome once more for this platform. The title for this our show for today, na changing pre-existing notion. Changing pre-existing notion. So now the topic that for our show today, you will get in-depth presentation, a little bit update, but our primary focus today it will be now from the conference for the coalition and negotiation where it don't take place virtually. You don't get a very huge participation from political parties, head like Frundi, diplomats like Mola Mola, the former president, and a lot of heavyweight people that don't come for that platform for can talk about the crisis where they go on for the Southern Cameroon, Ambazonia. We will give una the analysis and we will give una also some insight from the governing council and from the Ambazonia Defense Forces perspective. We will also update una with our activity inside Ambazonia across the Atlantic state, inside the Savannah state. We will update you and give you even more. So as our tradition, usually we start this show by welcoming everybody who is participating interactively on social media, on Facebook page. We look forward to the day where the Ambazonian Governing Council TV will be on ground zero. We heard they are already doing the test run, so we are hoping to have that as soon as possible. I go take this time for salute Oman. So I salute all man from Ambazonia. I throw a salute from the Atlantic state, the Savannah state. I throw a salute for Mamfe, for Kumba, for Moliko, for Akwaya. I salute my boy them for Akwaya who done the stock. I salute the people them for Moyo Job. I salute the people them for Tiko, Miselele, for all the CDC camp. I salute our people them for Insa Mezam, for Man, for Ngokitunja, for Mankon, for Bafut. I salute our people them for Insa Ndonga Mantun, for Wum, for We, for Furawa. I salute una all for Molang. And I salute all man for Bamenda, Atuakum, Tarinkum, for Backmarket, Shikiakwata. My four, I salute una all. Wanna welcome once more for this show. And for our people the way they watch me right now, I didn't see our Amber lady there, our Pantes, Amber Pantes, Abu Frida. Welcome, ma'am. You are highly welcome. And it's about it's afternoon here, midday in Hong Kong time. That means it is going to be about maybe 4 o'clock or about in Boya and our capital city, Bamenda. I welcome everybody. I see Daddy Nges is on the line as well. Dikalo Daf is on the line. Ache Linus is on the line. You are all welcome to this program. Mayor Ramsey is on the line. Peter is on the line as well. King Sixtus and everybody who is going to watch me later on. I welcome you. I can see Ambali Squad, a powerful, anonymous activist on social media as well. Ndi Samuel, welcome. Everybody welcome. And enjoy this song as we welcome and we get ourselves ready for this program of today. And I offer you cola nuts for all the Ambazonia pa. Offer you some bitter cola nut. And today I'm using my big cup because we have a big victory today in Akum. So welcome to this platform. Na mi una countryman, na mi una own man, na una man sesep this so, na Capo Daniel sesep, na this for here, a Bakwa boy. Born in Buea, raised in Bamenda. Na me. Theophas, welcome. Galem. Chifas, welcome. We'll get about 1 minute for start. Hey. Ricky, welcome. I see Ricky Galem. Glenn Shafak is there. Theopha Lego is there. Welcome, everybody's welcome. You're all highly welcome. And I offer you bitter cola, my brother. From man way, no. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh, hola, oh, yeah. Oh yeah, oh. Hey! Woo! Beep cutting. Beep cutting. Primpa. Amber. Abine Bridget, welcome. Leonga Martin Monono, welcome. Elvis Chair, welcome. Welcome, and I welcome every new person who is watching me for the first time. Would you believe there are people like that? Welcome, my brother. Oh yeah, Hey, oh man, we welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome for this platform, The Critical Analysis, a production of the No Connie Talk Show. I welcome all Ambazonians at home and abroad. As usually, we use na pidgin for here because na the language for the people for Ambazonia, na the professional language they use them for hospital, na language they use them inside our cultural war. We don't choose for use English, pidgin English, and even when I use British English. Make una understand say no be my language and I no be very good in good English as so-called good English in the British or American English. So I speak pidgin standard English and we are very proud and to elevate our people to have confidence in themselves and not to be delusional and follow this abstract concept of people being intelligent just because they can speak like the white man, dress like the white man. That era is gone. So welcome for this platform once again, everybody. Welcome when I do so that you watch me for the first time. When I highly be welcome. I see Shay Struggle Idede also. So all man be highly welcome. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we will get inside this program. We'll get a lot of things them in stock. We will give una a rundown of our program. We will start with some small updates for what will happen across Ambazonia. And we will take una for some big later with some Italian foundation in send for the international system calling for immediate dialogue. We will also take una inside the conference where it be there for internet, the online conference, the national dialogue and negotiation, the coalition for dialogue and negotiation. I will take una give una the perspective where they come from the governing council and inside the speech of Dr. Cho Ayaba with some other Cameroonian political parties leader like Ni John Fundi. I go take una inside a speech for which we then talk and for also give una an in-depth update about our diplomatic adventures as well as update from our activity on the ground as well defense both and community mobilization. So make all una sit tight as we go through this presentation with me, the host, Capo Daniel Sense Pass King Lukong. As usual, we will start today with our comedy section where it be focused for La République du Cameroon. You know, these people, they need always lack, we need the lack material for this comedy section. So let us go to the comedy section. So today for the comedy section, La République du Cameroon na a comedy country. As we now know, this country no go finish for amuse we don't laugh with it, we don't see how La République du Cameroon video they come out in the show hospital for inside La République du Cameroon, and this hospital in the show na the real state of a decaying country, one of the most corrupt country in the world with one of the worst dictatorships we did for inside Africa. Now the video this for La République du Cameroon, may go see how this country be. Some people feel say
nous sommes ici à la maternité.
For Kahelebui for Ambazonia, when I see their own state. This one are the state for the La République du Cameroon. La République du Cameroon, the comedy country. When I take on our own eye, when I see my country people them, wait to wait it happen for inside La République.
À la maternité de Zera.
Voici la maternité de Zera. Bon, par mois, on a au moins 18 femmes qu'on accouche par mois.
Oui.
So when I see the one a major wasapita, now major hospital for inside La République, this comedy country, some people feel say these people then be capable for develop another country, let alone govern another country, let alone provide for us health care. This is a major hospital in La République. The way they receive more than 20 people them every month for born picking them. When I feel no say place where they born picking them, na place where be honorable, na place where they supposed to fix and find. Now the one this for La République, when I take when I wanna watch them. That means say even the people them for La République, they no fit donate money together. Like how we do development union them for across Ambazonia for develop our own villages. The people them for diaspora for La République, they no fit gather money for big hospital for their own country. Because their educational system, their political leadership, it dilute the Africanism way they inside them, the love for the people, you know, they for these people them again. Now people where they don't get no moral anymore. Now a virus inside Africa, now a comedy country. When I take a look.
Est-ce qu'on peut visiter cette maternité là, madame? C'est terrible. Hein?
Comedy country.
La maternité d'un centre de santé au Cameroun.
When I hear now maternity, what this over inside La République?
Les bambous,
C'est les bambous, on a fait comment? Hein?
Ça, vous appelez, c'est même pas un lit, vous avez fabriqué ça, je ne sais pas comment. Madame, ça.
Now country this way, the president is picking the drive na limousine for go. They go stay for hotel for 2 million.
Et comment vous faites là, c'est les seaux?
Ça fait les seaux dès qu'on accouche.
Oui.
Some people that even feel say this country is capable to can develop Ambazonia.
Oui.
Now see,
Il vous dit une cinquantaine de femmes par an.
La République du Cameroon, now a corrupt country, a decaying country, a country that can be fully assimilated by the French government, the France-Afrique. These are not the people, even if you say na Pan-Africanism, who if you think say will join with them. I think say the time where people they be even the dream say there is a possibility for get some type of relationship with these people. Now when we see how they fight for the Makiza war, where they be fight for their freedom, the Charles Asaye, the Umnyo Bears. These are not children of Umnyo Bears. We cannot recognize these people. These are some type of a French system, the worst of its kind that we have seen in Africa. So my own country people, may we leave them at Tegunas directly for my presentation. So may we start our presentation for today. May we go directly for our presentation for today. So ladies and gentlemen, La République du Cameroon, their economy it crumble, their credit ratings it go inside the drain. With the system, the international community they want declare La République du Cameroon a bankrupt country. We're gonna hold on. We will prepare the presentation for today, the primary presentation. Now the big speech where Dr. Cho Ayaba deliver for the coalition for negotiation and dialogue. I will also give a deep analysis for some of the other speaker them. So that one it will be now for the end. So we don't get news as we be done the talk. Our strategy for ruin the economy for La République du Cameroon, it will work and it will work badly. Would be very happy for CC more and more financial journal them they give you the truth with La République they hide them for people they are back. Me they don't understand say the economy it don't be destroyed completely. News it come out the cam. Say La République du Cameroon, their expenditure where they inject them for their economy, it don't even fall down to 1.8%. That means say their whole hope for that country, it not being from their budget for continue for spend, for sponsor project, pet project, development project, for do even road repairs and all those things. The money it don't fall because they wage an illegal war, an immoral war for Ambazonia. The international community that also the inform we would understand say the credit rating for La République it don't worse for them for borrow money in no way no day. Even the money where they be done borrow and the interest rate it don't go up. The coronavirus too it don't hold them for inside place where they no fit shake. La République du Cameroon they no fit sustain this war for the long term. The more they fight Ambazonia, now the more they hope for their own country for recover from economic crisis, it go lost. So be very happy for inform our people. They say our strategy it will work for inside La République very well. Their economic it be in shambles and no way hope you know they for La République. They will even try to make some telephone tax and they go well. They be the hope say by promoting the so-called reconstruction of Ambazonia, it will give them a disguise for approach international donors for borrow money, for borrow money and for beg money for can support the economy. But that one too it don't spoil. They no get no hope. That country be in free fall. So would I also hear say Mancho BBC and Galem. I think say when I know Mancho BBC and Galem Felix where they live for inside Kundengi, when the activists them from inside Ground Zero, where they be rise up for protests against normal things like bad road for inside La République du Cameroon, they then sentence them again for 18 months in prison. When I know very well, for beginning for last year 2019, now Mancho BBC and Galem Felix them when La République we go fool them. Say since they appeal the camp, me they help them for do campaign for school resumption when I way where La République want use them for show say some normalcy there for Ground Zero and a way for them for camp for can talk say they don't finish this war so that the international community they no go intervene for a resolution of this war. So Mancho BBC they will go join La République they tell we about Damba. Today they can give them 18 months in prison without mercy. We'll be very sorry for Mancho BBC and we pray for ye and the family. But this one it show Ambazonian they say La République you no get no friend. They go use you, they go destroy you, they no go sorry you. Even Samuel Sako and all the other people the way they joke with La République at the end they go destroy them. You know if you play with devil, you know if you get into any deal with the devil, when you see devil now for deny him, for shun him and for destroy him and move on. So they then sentence Mancho BBC for 18 months. Now injustice and it show say La République they no get no faith or willingness for stop this illegal war with the wage for inside Ambazonia. Our hearts and our prayer it go for Mancho BBC and Galem Felix say may God he help them we go fight and make sure say they go be free and their freedom it no go come now because of any court case. Their freedom it go come now because say we Ambazonia would not demonstrate for La République so if we fight for win back our country. We also get report say for inside Babanki, La République du Cameroon, their forces the way they rotate them for inside Babanki, they don't assassinate 2 of our people them for the way they go for farm. Because of nervousness, these forces the way they deploy for our territory, they don't know the terrain, they don't know the people them and they need to respect any human life. Them be so happy for pull their trigger for kill Ambazonia them at will. No man in no be safe, even for inside city centers. No man in no be safe. La République du Cameroon, their forces them now an eminent danger for Ambazonia them. I go want take the time now for begin go inside defense things them. Last time I be do a presentation as a response from the Ambazonia Defense Forces to the report where Samuel Emmanuel Rene Sadi he began for talk say the massacre for inside Kumba it be done by one Wanki where they don't kill him. In my response I be present Mr. Sadi Rene as the defense minister for La République. I want make a corrigendum say he be been at the communication minister for La République but all the same, it communicate the same. So Rene Sadi, a report concerning the killing of the children in Kumba was baseless. It was propaganda. Nobody believed them. They have lost credibility, and we believe, say, those men are unknown gunmen. We don't try. We will continue to carry out investigation for unmask the individual the way they be use them for pull the trigger. But we'll get no doubt about the fact, say, it was a La République du Cameroon orchestrated killing of our people, because they will be in total control of the security of the vicinity of that area. We also then get information, say, after the people they be killed, they will go towards a military camp controlled by the B for inside Kumbade. So we'll be very confident after talking to the victims as well as witnesses, say, La République du Cameroon, they will get a military presence for inside Kumba before they do want launch the attack. So this attack will be planned, it will be facilitated by La République du Cameroon, even when we do not know the assailant, the particular people who pull the trigger. We'll get eyewitnesses where they then give we a basic description of the individuals where they become for that school, 6 in number inside 3 Bensi Kingdom. We wonder why La République need to show the face for the people that they claim saying that they be carry out the attack. We also point to our people that say similar attack will be happen for inside Moyoka where they be key comfort. It be also been a La République du Cameroon undercover operation where they be hope say it will turn our population against the revolution and against the armed resistance. Like that particular incident, La République be denied for accuse the person perpetrator and the people where they be use them because they be know say the person where be go kill that comfort, it be the work for them, and the group where it did for abroad where it represent the killers, now also an infiltrated group where it represent La République du Cameroon hope for finish Ambazonia their independent struggle. So, ladies and gentlemen, I go on also take una for insight before I want give una analysis them. One of the things we will need for trash them, where I'll be supposed to address them last time, will not be get time. I go address them now. Where it be na the protest where our women them, our mommy them for Ground Zero, they don't do them for talk say La République du Cameroon need to stop the killing of our people. Our women they don't rise up for break the siege. The fear where La République be put them on our population, me they not express themselves, they don't come out for express themselves, will be very, very happy. We'll be also happy say all the women the way they be go out, they be contact we for inform we about their activities, their intention, so that may we understand, we appreciate that. But two group they be there way they don't match way, they no be don't give we pre-knowledge about their activity, and it be a very dangerous thing. During a time of war, we encourage every civilian group for where they want carry out such activities for make sure so they keep we informed about the activities so that we go fit past the communication for our soldiers on the ground. Me they no mistake their activities or misinterpret them as people who are undermining the aspiration of our people for independence. Before I take una for our main presentation for today, I go want to take una for the office for the colonial governor Bernard Okala Bilai, where our mammy them march for the office for Insa Boya for talk for ye. I go try for analyze them before we go for our main topic for today. Now the video this.
Strong measures that taken to reinforce the security of the population.
So now the Okala Bilai, Bernard Okala Bilai, when the colonial governor for the Atlantic state for Ambazonia Naidis. The peacock man way the carry neck like far away than swallow frog. Naidis, this is a person who is a criminal, he's a terrorist, and he is a genocidal facilitator and perpetrator in our territory. Now the same colonial governor way they call our people rats, cats, and dogs. Now he don't come out now come for can address the rats, cats, and dogs for inside Ambazonia. Make una hear.
But my sisters, my daughters, my mothers, I want us
When I follow, because wait to wait the talk for here, this video it get a lot of implication and it be very important. Make una understand the revelation the way Bernard Okala Bilai the terrorist chief for inside the Atlantic State in the Tokam. Make una listen.
Our destiny in our hands. We have played a lot. We have covered the killers a lot.
So, according to the colonial governor, they ran to cover the killer them. People they kill our people, then they ran to cover them.
Ask you before the speeches, who are the killers?
So now the colonial governor this, after they ran present their report about the fake Amber boy where they kill him, they not show the person the face for inside Kumba, where they call the person in name and say Wanki according to the name where they ran give for them for Wanki of Kosala, whether now will be Wanki of Kosala, who no know him. They be that first show with some boy the way they put the inside pickup trucks, they beat them, cover their face again, hide their face, and the people then that way then kill our people them. Would they ask them why? Me then come clear. According to international law, you go expect a responsible government for arrest criminals and try them in an open trial for send a message for the general public and also for show them be transparent. But we know say they not be transparent. We know say that them be behind this attack. Now why that they do all these gimmicks? Even our own people then for their front, they don't tell them say we not believe their report. We not listen.
Say you don't know. Thank God. The Honorable Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly remind you.
So they don't first bring Mukete for day. Their so-called appointed elite, the one way they are appointed for we me come for they can talk for them, for give them their own report about who he killed our picking them for inside St. Francisca Primary School for inside Kumba.
Facts. And after her intervention, you cannot say that you don't know the killers. So repeat after me. Who are the killers? We
So this one it be very important. This communication and this interaction, where it is show for the international communities. Say our local population, they fear La Republique. Now the only thing that way they stop them for tell La Republique say now una they kill our mommy them, now una they kill our papa them, now una kill our pikin them for Kumba. But they don't tell La Republique, the population has sent a clear message. We don't know who killed our people. Of course, they no fit tell if we front and then kill them because they fear persecution and torture and killing. For the woman where we can stand in front at Tanganji Poor, the Form 3 drop out, the criminal, the ex-convict, where La Republique put and say that he go be the chief whip for Ambazonia, they be tell if a front, then tell Tanganji Poor for a front, then challenge it for a front, and La Republique wait to wait and do. Then catch our Mama Maria, our powerful woman of God, then carry go lock him. If not be so, be shout for social media, they know for release it. So this woman, they know very well, say these are people who are criminals, who are going to arrest you for expressing yourself. But in their groups, they found the boldness to tell him the truth.
You don't know? Yes. Even after what Honorable Ifaka said, you don't know who are the killers? Yes.
So then tell them, even after Unaran talk La Republique, we don't know because we don't accept your legitimacy. We did not vote you. You are occupying power. You are a colonized power. And our mothers, they have told you in front of you, we do not accept your report. We do not believe your report. We know the killers and you are the killers standing in front of us.
The killers are your brothers. The killers are your children. The killers are people who are living amongst you.
So this statement where this Okala Bilai Iditokam, it be very indicative on the approach, the systemic killing of our boys and our children in Ambazonia. When the governor, it imply for tell the people them, say according to you the governor, now your children, now your boy them, now your picking them, they kill, now they be commit this atrocious act. Now for tell una say, ye as a senior administrators, it empower their soldier them for go out there for kill our children them, for kill this woman they are picking them. Now it tell una say una all una Ambazonians for their eye now una be guilty. For their eye now una then supposed to kill them. Una picking them now so it talk. So now here.
The killers are people who are living amongst you and you don't want to denounce them. You don't want to denounce them.
So, in other words, for Okala Bilai, This is a discussion about the general Amba boys, the perception about the general Amba boys. So when a governor, it tell the Ambazonian people, then say, you don't want to denounce them. It is simply acknowledge the fact, say our population is behind the Ambazonians' armed resistance. They are the ones keeping them, they are the ones protecting them, because those people are protecting their own people. This is their children, this is their land. And Okala Bilai, his statement said, this is your children. It shows that distance between La République du Cameroon and us. It is show say La République na an occupying power inside a country where no be their own. Now why that it talks say your children. And for ye their own children, now the Ekelebe the way they do work kill our people them. So that is a fact, and that is what Okala Bilai have acknowledged in this his speech.
The killers are people who are living amongst you, and you don't want to denounce them. You don't want to denounce them. Then you will continue to cover them.
So in fact, what you talking and say, when no one denounce them, when so for cover them, and we go the camp can kill una. This one na evidence for genocide perpetrated by La République du Cameroon. This one na evidence say La République du Cameroon they consider all man picking them for Ambazonia as people then when a legitimate target for their soldier them for kill. So when La République their soldier they go around they kill our women, our boys, break into house, killing innocent civilians them, no be by mistake. Now because in an instruction where their governor them they give for them on no basis, just because they want frame the boy them for kill them. Now why that way they saying all these things them for can kill our people them. So we don't see our people they don't come out across our national territory for protest from the Atlantic state to the Savannah state, from Manu to Manfe to Boya to Mezam to protest against the senseless killing. And we don't call our people them for get that courage, for express themselves. For our mami them for learn from the women of South Africa. For our students them for learn from the student movement in South Africa. To not be afraid. After all, they will still kill. No matter what happened. Our people them must continue for march, for protest against the continued killing of our people them. We don't see say from the killing of our people in our people that don't come out from Boya. Now picture this one is a 7 years old Pekin for Boya. It don't carry him. Stop killing women and children of Ambazonia. Then carry and go for that colonial governor office for tell and say, may La République stop the impunity for assassinate our people them, for kill our women and our children, for Insa Kumba, for kill them for Ngarbu, for kill them for Kwakwa, for kill them for Pinying, for kill them all across our territory. Our people that the protest for talk say, may La République stop the killing, may then stop the genocide. Even for Insa Mbangem, for Ngokitunja, we see how our women them march for the call La République say, may La République stop the killing of our people, may then stop the assassination, the extrajudicial killing of our people them. These are all war crimes and the people need to stop. So we see say even for my 16, for Bolifamba for my 16, this group of women them, they no be contact we for inform we of the activities, but we also applaud the activities and we also advise them. Say make no group no go out for protest where they no inform us so that make we know the activity, make our forces they no mistake them for being people the way La République they want use them for destroy the aspiration of the vast majority of the people them for inside Ambazonia. We also see say even for inside Manfe. Now picture this way they come inside Manfe. Our mami them for inside Manfe then too they wake up then cry say me La République stop the killing and for draw the international community say this killing they not be accepted. Just because our people then she don't quiet, it don't mean I say that I accept and I say it don't be a normal practice. Say La République du Cameroon, their occupation forces, the feed they enter for inside quarter, enter for people their house, violate them, and begin key they are picking them anyhow. So now things that way they happen. For other side, for inside La République, the Archbishop for inside Douala, where they call it somewhere in Lada, or how they call it, for inside La République, he don't talk for La République, say the citizens for La République du Cameroon, they need to understand, say, dialogue, it be inevitable. Say, Mr. Pobia need to know, say, eventually La République du Cameroon must dialogue with the people of Ambazonia because they don't fit continue for the kill our people like that indefinitely. So now the message that way it don't talk for inside Douala for a press release for yesterday. Would I also see say some Italian group, some big reputable Italian human rights group where they call an Italian Federation of Human Rights, them two they ran send out a strong letter. I bring up that letter for talk say La Republique. This letter will be very important for our people to understand what this group it don't talk. This group for the first time, this group it talk say the war way they go on. Mr. Then talk say La Republique their position na say na an eternal matter, but they also recognize the people of Southern Cameroon their position saying this conflict na an international matter. This Italian Federation for Human Rights they also talk say this conflict, according to them, na a conflict between two countries that came together in a so-called plebiscite. So this is a very, very powerful acknowledgement for our sovereignty, and it shatter completely the narrative where La Republique du Cameroon be put outside. They say Cameroon are one and indivisible, and that one and indivisible Cameroon if we include our territory. So be very, very happy for hear how this NGO it don't come, it talk publicly and it send the letter for the international system and for the European Parliament, say me they acknowledge the truth. So ladies and gentlemen, now time for we for take una for go una now inside the big presentation we'll give a do on today when at the conference, the virtual conference we don't go on will be organized by the Coalition for Dialogue and Negotiation. It don't get a very big lineup of various people them across the international community, from former presidents to ambassadors and a lot of people them, and I go and give you an insight of which way they do them. We see say for inside all the leaders the way they come, not only the one the way they work for La Republique, not only the traitor them, they be absent, they no be come for they cry they also not only Swiss. Now the one that way, now the payment that way they pay them begin do them. So we also acknowledge say the conference, the organizer them, then get people the way na federalist, then get people the way they are unionist. Nevertheless, the governing council of Ambazonia decide say make the president for the governing council, Dr. Chuayaba, make he attend that conference for tell them our position, and also for show the world so we'll be willing for negotiate and for dialogue. We need to just simply insist say it must come now through us. We understand say the agenda for this group now for initiate a real negotiation between the conflicting partners, the conflicting parties, that means La Republique du Cameroon and the Ambazonians. So they invite every sort of people that be there for that invitation, but we also feel say we respect their different opinions and also their different position. But this conflict is between two parties who are at war. The rest community leaders, they can also share their opinion, but it boils down to the leader of our liberation and the leader of La Republique du Cameroon for come together for negotiate Cameroon departure from our territory. So the first person who I want to comment about now one Ambassador Malak. The Ambassador Malak, he give a very powerful speech where he addressed the people them as Southern Cameroon, and he make them very clear say there cannot be any military solution. That means La Republique cannot defeat Ambazonia, and Ambazonia, according to them, cannot completely defeat La Republique, but will not be the expectation we would defeat La Republique du Cameroon militarily in a conventional manner, because this war now a war for liberation, now a war for end colonization. So any victory will fight them, he be the same as any other people that don't fight for independence. Now for make sure say me the enemy, you know, they make money for our territory, our territory become a pain in their ass so much so they go leave we, and exactly so they approach the war. So we will defeat them with our military strategy for make them maybe impossible for them for administer our territory and for benefit from the exploitation of our territory, and will be on course for do that. The Ambassador Malek, he also talks say Ambazonian they no fit give up on negotiation. So but that one a normal talk will be done already talk, so we'll be ready for negotiate at any place at any time, under certain conditions the way go guarantee a fair negotiation and a negotiation process where it no go be an opportunity for the other side for begin buy time, but it will be a real negotiation where you hold both parties accountable. So be there for negotiation. Another person we can talk for the Ambassador Mola Mola from Tanzania. Now a very wonderful country that way don't always be for listen for Ambazonia, and we'll be happy to see Mola Mola. Ambassador Mola Mola from Tanzania address that that conflict. Now a very powerful woman for East Africa. So it talks say there cannot be any unity in debt or unity in slavery. And when a very powerful statement that he also quote the Molema Nyerere is speech where he began concerning the Biafra. With that speech he be talk say Biafra no fit deal for Nigeria by blood, and you know if you surrender people, they forget unity with them. And a very important concept because our people then during this period they talk also about the probability for them to negotiate. They need to understand say we no fit accept for be in a unity by gun. Now the public no fit kill we for accept for be in unity with them. We also see the Honorable Hoffman, he be also address him, and he be also call for the now Honorable Hoffman, a German parliamentarian. We will be so happy for see how he come to can address this situation. Now, person that always speak for Ambazonia within the Christian bloc for the European Parliament and for inside the German Parliament. He don't call for negotiation. He don't talk say Germany it be available for a facilitated negotiation. Like thing will be done. They talk many times. Say plenty country then they will be ready for facilitate negotiation. Not be only the Swiss deal. So Mr. Nijon Frundi, the political Pan-Cameroonian political party head, he also addressed the conference and he makes certain speeches then where Dr. Chuayaba he be react, and inside the thing the way Frundi talk, he talk say it is not our tradition to kill our fathers. Frundi talk, and this one be very important because we don't get a lot of phone call from the SDF, their colonial senators and parliamentarians and mayors where they call we, including some chief them for talk about these things of killing our fathers. This is a very big debate that a lot of people they need to take and seriously as usual. But when you hear say something that happened at the time that way they go can't they talk. So the matter way they didn't say a decision that be made by the Ambazonian Defense Forces and it then be confirmed by the governing council. Say every chief for Ambazonia way go attend that house of chief where Mr. Pobia the one use them for legitimize their colonization on our territory go be executed. It go be executed. This one a decision where they don't make them. The defense chief of the Ambazonia Defense Forces, Benedict Kwa, he already signed the order. That order then be sent for ground zero for our chiefs. It then be sent for our leaders, our generals, and all our sister forces. And the message should be clear. Say any chief where go attend this house of chief where La Republic then create them for undermine our people, the aspiration, they will be executed when they come back. That means we go kill all our chief the way they go for that meeting. It be very important people they know. And the reason this way they defied ADF very badly. Any chief, one on the phone of Nguafo, one on the phone of Mancon, on the phone of Bafut, on the phone of Mkwen, one on the phone of Nso, any phone where he go attend that house of chief will be committing treason, will be selling the life of unborn Ambazonians, will be committing an unforgivable crime. The law of the land now say any chief will go for that meeting, he go come back, they go kill that chief, sooner or later he go be executed. Now you will Frundi the Tokam. Now you will Frundi the Tokam, and we don't talk say that law it no go change. It go be messy for ground zero. I tell you my people them, it go be messy. And now very tough things. We don't see the rule way our traditional ruler they don't play them all across our history. For sale picking them for slavery for white people them, and the same thing way it happen now. When I remember, say that way the British people then become for Ambazonia, they can't take over our territory where they win them for the German people them. They be bring law for liberalism. Same people then give freedom of expression. Guess who they be oppose? Guess who? Now the chiefs them for Ambazonia write letter for the British government. Say they no want freedom. They no want me the British government start give freedom for their villages. Make any common man begin the open him up the talk. Now the chiefs in Ambazonia wrote a letter to the governor. I forgot the governor in Nigeria. I'll bring those letters. I'll bring those letters and show on our way to a chief that they do. Chiefs in Ambazonia write a letter to ask the British people not to bring liberalism in Ambazonia, not to give freedom to the people, because the chief previously under the German rule were the ones collecting tax. The German was using the chiefs to collect tax and all this money, and they had a lot of power during the German time. So when the British people they come for inside Ambazonia, they give freedom. Our chiefs protested against the freedom of their own people. So it not be strange for we for begin to suffer the same thing. The chief be agree for sell their people they were slave. When the German the boy open plantation them for CDC, the chief they enter contract with the chief for send forced labor. That means they catch their picking them by force, send them for inside Atlantic State, and go work farm per day. Now we then go build the CDC. Now they love my ringtone. So our chief there always get this history. The topic for this today now challenging the norms. So we don't reach for a crossroad for our history for put an end for our traditional rulers for things that then get impunity. For fees that then get the life, they own the life of the people in their villages. No, they don't own that life. They are reigning, they are governing, they are ruling only for the interest of the people. Once a chief go against the interests or the survivor or the humanity of his own people, them, that chief not will be above the law. The sovereignty of Southern Cameroon is bigger than any local chief's power, is bigger than every tradition in Ambazonia. So any chief where Igowangos take money, they already give them first class chief, then give them 2 million for compiled document submit for Tanganji Poi office. Second class chief them, then give them 1 million for compiled document. Now the time go to come for the December where they go for Warana for Douala or for Usa where they go hold the conference or for Victoria, would want there and say the decision have been made. We no go shy, we no go deny the responsibility as an institution and as a force for carry out this order. Any chief, I dey repeat them, because it be about to get messy. It be about to make messy. Frundi begin talk say it is not our tradition to kill our fathers. Would want tell Frundi that was a mistake. And every generation have a right to input into the tradition. Every generation have a right to alter traditions that are repugnant to natural justice and repugnant to ideas that are protective of the sanctity of life and dignity of the people. So the history will remember that this will be the year where Africa people in Ambazonia will rewrite their history. Any chief where you go attend the chief conference, an order have been given already, a decision have been made already, have been signed by the defense chief of the Ambazonia Defense Forces, that every chief will be executed who attend that house of chief. Every chief will be executed. When I be here, Dr. Chua Yaba talk say they go cut chief their head and put them for stick. Any chief where go violate, he go commit treason. Any chief where he go correct, he go connive with a foreign government for undermine the sovereignty of Southern Cameroon, they will come after you and you will be executed. Case closed, no debate. There will get warning them from the chief them and the people of La Republic where they don't contact we for saying we threat. Say if we go ahead with this policy, they will come after we for abroad and all those things them. We don't accept them. Even if they come after we for abroad, then kill all the leadership them, new one they go rise up. It go be for the history of our territory, from now to thy kingdom come, any chief, whether na for Nangwafo, whether na for Abombi, whether na the fund of so, where he commit treason, go be executed. They are not above the law. They are not allowed to sell the aspiration of the people. They are not allowed to sell the sovereignty of Southern Cameroon, conniving with a foreign government. So, Mr. Frundi, hear that and hear that very clear. I remember the time we catch Frundi, we arrest Frundi, interrogation. Frundi tell us, say, La République du Cameroon, they blackmail because say they didn't make a fake case for he say he murder some person. Now, why that way the fear it work with La République? We know say La République, the one key Frundi, will be sympathetic about that, but we need sorry for he because of the treasonous language is the way they move him, he talk him. So, they say my block drones now who self. When I leaving me begin make a noise. So, ladies and gentlemen, Frundi also talk say, may we consider the bloodshed. May we consider and say there are over key people them. Of course, there are over key people them. Now why would they fight for the justice for the people the way they don't kill them? Make you remember say the Mami Appiah, the Tom Sawyer, Bebe Mata, the Ngarbu massacre, and all those people there La République don't kill them. Now with the recent one for Kumba, we must fight for their justice equally. If we accept, say, La République fi kill them with impunity, it would not expose the future generation for Amazon for La République for continue the onslaught. Mr. Frundi, the tell we say the economy for La République will be destroyed as this war. So yes, would want tell Frundi say yes, now by design, the very nature of our strategy now for destroy the economy of La République du Cameroon. Mr. Frundi, the one try to talk, he don't talk a lot of things then, but I don't need to even go outside there. So he talk about Odeshi. Frundi talks about Odeshi, say why would we go take Odeshi? Who will be na people that will believe for God, will worship God. And this one an insult for our intellect, Now the same way Atanganji Paul become for can't talk for we. Me the stuff for begin take we like say we be na fool them. That time where they be treat Africans like say we no get sense, it don't pass. Mr. Frundi the quote the time where be na president for PWD. Say no be ever go take Odeshi or power for can use black magic, say me then win football. That's the Frundi the talk. So he talks say Odeshi no be help Biafra people then. Would one tell Frundi say that way be there for president for PWD. If you go take cup, country cup, he can't lie the people that say na Mexican. We be not put na water they say if they drink and they'll win. It be been a strategy we be use them and it be work because PWD go win Cameroon Cup. They be feel say they be use na magic, but magic you know be day. So we understand the limitation of Odeshi. Odeshi na just simply way the boy that use them for get courage for face the war. And we train our soldiers therefore inform them say they need to rely now on Odeshi power. They rely now on their training them for fight La République du Cameroon. And many other countries then they don't fight for win. Fight for their independence when they be weaker and they don't succeed. And we the people from Amazonia will go succeed. So Frundi the talk say one day he hope na say an Anglophone go can rule La République. So we don't forget about the project for fight for liberate La République or for can rule La République. We will not get any interest for go rule La République. Whether they go bring na another poppy like Pobia, we will not accept any rule for La République. We will fight for our self-determination. So if the talk say Ambazonian they insult each other, so now why no one join the struggle? Would one tell you say now then go bring the infiltrator them, the spoilers, the agent provocateur them for start insult we just for turn around for point on to that for toxin at the reason for no for support we. So Mr. Frundi he the talk again say he be done hella plenty people that was for asylum seek for follow asylum case. He be make documents for hella people for the asylum case. The last time I confront Frundi when I remember, he also bring the same thing say he help Ambazonian and when they arrest we, now he can't talk to me they release people. The logic for the power them, their time done pass. That type of logic we need to operate inside that logic because our people they know better. They value themselves better. We not go accept for live in a situation where they go to arrest our people them without any just cause, then we go begin the beg happy slaves like Frundi, me they can begin release them. That era don't pass. We don't want half freedom. We want complete freedom. Where your liberty, you know, go to be based now on connection the way you get them. We don't want a situation where we go to live for a country where we go to seek asylum. Me Frundi then begin give document for asylum. If not the idea that we Frundi get them for freedom and for life, no be the idea that we get them. Today, no the Frundi then run go for America for a country where they live freely. You know the fear the police go catch you for 2 way nobody do them. What people then deserve to live that kind of life too. So we go continue to hold our people them with dignity and ask for nothing less than their full respect of human rights. We not go to tell our people that say they will go be a president for another country, but we go to instill in them the value, forget the right expectation and right entitlement for become leaders in their own land. If we not rule our land, they not go allow we for exercise our freedom in our land. Why should we expect that one day an Anglophone go can be president of that country? And what will it solve? So apart from Frundi, you also get Nadat, the French Cameroon, the France parliamentarian. We also talk. He talks the French government believe in equality. Would one ask them, say, who's the equality where they be vote against Ambazonia their independence? Where is the equality? Where they kill our own people, they massacre our own people there. Where is the égalité entre les deux pays? Where is the égalité? But we appreciate Nadat and it works. And he talks say the cycle of killings need to stop. We also agree. The killings, not be the death, not be people that know they don't die, now the killings for La Republic, it need to stop. It not be acceptable, it not be sustainable. It talk also it be say it get a danger for commit genocide. We agree with it. So Mr. Nadat the talk say the need for the French government need to allow the United Nations create a mandated body for come investigate. We also agree all those things that we talk for that thing, for that conference. So we go ahead now for play the speech of Dr. Cho Ayaba and for give una a breakdown of which way the leader for our liberation he talk for that conference. Now the video this ma put up. Make we listen for the leader of our liberation. As you see behind me, the poster it depict na the défilé where La Republique be do for 2016. It show na how them cut all activity them for Ambazonia their side. The laughter and joy then for their side. Ambazonia na a territory for them to exploit them. We no go allow for live in that type of a country.
I want to thank you for extending to the Ambazonian Governing Council this invitation. And I want to thank your team for the wonderful work that you people have done thus far. I want to salute all participants and I want to extend.
So now listen for Ayabachodi talk, it be very important because we know the Ambazonia Governing Council na a democratic institution. The president for the Governing Council, the only represent all the various consensus and way they for inside the Governing Council na a democracy. So we're gonna understand in language.
To our people for their steadfastness and resilience. Mr. Chairman, this was a difficult invitation to ignore. It was a very difficult invitation on the other one to accept.
So which way the president for the Governing Council, the leader of our liberation, the talk, it expressed the difficulties for we as a nationalist movement who fight for independence for attend this type of a conference. When I remember the vice president of the Ambazonia Governing Council began raise some alarm for social media about our reservation concerning this group where they call them say now the coalition for negotiation and dialogue. Because we know say some of their members them being a federalist, some of their members them be we na member them for unionists for La Republique. So we will get a lot of reservation. The expression of the Governing Council, I think it expressed that reservation will be get them. So, but nevertheless, we'll go for show our willingness for negotiate. Now, by the way, the Governing Council saying the president may go address them.
60 years after the invasion of our country, hundreds of people murdered, 4 years into a bloody war, including.
So way Dr. Chodi Toka may be very important. For we, the La République du Cameroon, their invasion, an invasion for our territory, since then take over our country. Because our people did not be ever give them any concern. Neither did we get into any union treaty with La République. So this is pure invasion. No matter the vote of the plebiscite, our people did not be done agree with La République du Cameroon for moving troops inside our territory. So since 1961, when they come for our territory, an invasion for our territory, and that is the basis we will stand on, and that is right according to international law.
We cannot help to understand how it will be possible to sit in such a Zoom conference with colonial apologists, status quo adherent, genocide deniers. It baffles me if the Jews will call a conference in 1944 to discuss whatever they want to discuss, or after the genocide on the Jews.
So Dr. Chodi talk say, it be very surprising. So we go to sit down with people that like Frundi, people that like Kawala, Bala, people the way they deny for stand up for call this thing as it is, a genocide. They not fit to kill your own people them. And when they play politics, then when they feel say it be normal. Just imagine the time where they will kill the Jewish people them for inside Germany. When I feel say the Jewish people therefore they come together, now for begin strategize, have a fight and for defend themselves, or they go to come together and for begin talk about politics.
If they would bring together genocide deniers. Ambazonians seem to be the only people who think by associating with everyone, even those who accuse them of crimes they have not committed, those who battled for the regime in their massacres.
So it be very important. Say people the way they play with the sovereignty of our country, whether they join La République, like Frundi, for make false accusation on a victim of genocide. It is very detestable.
And those who continue to pontificate and play politics with the existential threat that our people face, that it will make them look good. I want to begin with a series of observations. Before there was a country called Upper Volta, there was one called Northern Rhodesia, Southern Rhodesia. Those appellations gave way to tangible indigenous appellations that are widely recognized. The name of our country is Ambazonia. The name was stopped even.
So Dr. Cho, he talk about the name of our country. Because Frundi, he always come for talk say Ambazonia, they need to recognize the name Ambazonia. So wait Dr. Cho, he talk say country them, even country like what we see today, Ghana, Burkina Faso, Malawi, Zimbabwe, Equatorial Guinea, and Namibia, when they be the fight for their own independence, they not be the call the country them for they name them. This country them be na they be the call them at that time where they be the fight for their independence. They be called them Gold Coast, Upper Volta, Nyasaland, South Rhodesia, Fernando Po, and Southwest Africa. But the people them for that indigenous country, they be decide for give their country their own name when they be the fight for their independence, and that name then triumph today. And this one not be some phenomenon where it be only for Africa. Even for across Africa, for the Middle East, you will get Mesopotamia, you will get Persia, you will get East Pakistan, you will get Ceylon. Mesopotamian, they be decide for they call themselves, say they be na Iraqis. The Persian, they be call themselves, say they be na Iranians. The East Pakistani, they be call themselves, say they be na Bangladesh. The Ceylons, they be call themselves, say they be na Sri Lanka. And they be fight against all these foreign names, and they be achieve their independence for install and their country they will be recognized under their own indigenous name. So those people where they talk say Southern Cameroon, Ambazonia na wait they fear for call Ambazonia. Me they remember Setawe Zimbabwe it be the fight for independence. For upper vote or they call an upper vote or they call an Rhodesia. Robert Mugabe be call the country na Zimbabwe. When the white people they be call and say na Rhodesia. Until they get their independence, they name that country say Zimbabwe. So Ambazonia na name for our Southern Cameroon territory and are the name where we will get our independence with. So make them stop that their nonsense so they be talking.
We have doubted the strength of our country. And that is unappetizing. I would also like to react to Mr. John Frundi, the chairman of the Social Democratic Front. It is very shameful that one whom we consider as a father, one whom we battled for, many are still walking the streets with chopped limbs and arms, others buried in unmarked graves, defending the ideals that he stood for, will in the midst of our pain make pronouncements that are really hurting. The massacre in Gabu was committed by Cameroon. The massacre in Ekata, in Pinyin, and other places was committed by Cameroon.
So Frundi, they come for social media in a forum like this, they try to accuse the Ambazonians for commit the crime for Issa Kumba with no evidence at all. When actually all the evidence on the ground is pointing at La Republique du Cameroon, then carry out the attack. Frundi, they cover up this crime when the time for Ngarbu, if she don't quiet. Cameroon government today, they are admitting that they carry out the massacre for Ngarbu. A massacre where at the time they will deny say no be them. So it be very painful for we to see Papa then Le Frundi. They talk that nonsense.
Was Kumba. Cameroon bears utmost responsibility for any act committed within the territory of Ambazonia during the time of its occupation and in areas under its control. Ambazonians bear no responsibility for taking up arms to defend their humanity and their territorial space. We act according to customary rules and international law. And let everyone understand that the pain that has been imposed on us, it's something that will hardly go away. Fellow participants, distinguished guests, my fellow Ambazonians, 59 years ago, our country was invaded by a brutal occupier. It has since used its military to blast its way through our villages and our suburbs, hoping it can govern us for eternity without consent. It has been widely successful because it has recruited amongst us colonial apologists and enablers who have facilitated its rule.
So it's Dr. Chori talk, it be very important. The only way Cameroon government can continue for rule Ambazonia now, now because they don't hire people, they left Frundi, where they are colonialist apologists. That means the people the way they apologize or they pretend for no know say our country never give governance or consent for La Republique for coming to our territory. They don't want to ignore this basic fact. Now by using enablers, collaborators, will La Republique don't succeed this far, and the time it don't come for an end.
Become traitors and blacklegs and infiltrators within our struggle for survival. At this stage, we've lost more than 13,000 Ambazonians.
I go forward them because of time.
Integrate and dominate. For anyone who believes in their wildest expectation.
But Dr. Cho Ayaba in the talk say there is no precedent, no time nobody ever do we see French people them live together with English people them for peace. There is no precedent in even for Canada now, just because of the Francophone they did them small. Now say the talk.
we have been able to massively mobilize our people across the 13 states to respond to Cameroon's brutality in the defense of our country. I know it was a difficult decision when war was declared on us, when many argued it was impossible for us to face a well-trained army, well-oiled, and that has used extensive force to maintain its occupation. We went in knowing very well it was difficult, but we knew others who had been free had passed through the same, gone through the same journey.
So Dr. Cho, it give na the rationale for our strategy. It could be tough. No man will be talking, it could be easy for fight a bigger army, a well-funded army. But just like any other challenge, where people they don't get them before they want to get independence. Now that ability and willingness for fight, for resist such an army until they go crack. And the strategy that will adopt them and the strategy that will win. The whole war, it don't talk for La Republic. Say the continuous killing of Ambazonia and genocide is not going to be accepted. Our soldiers them across our territory also. They don't gather our civilian them for educate them about what will happen for Kumba and for ensure them. So they for fight for them will be na their picking them for fight against La Republique du Cameroon and nobody else. And for expose for them say this type of action we will see for Isa Kumba. Na action where they come out for La Republique. And for tell the other forces them where they know they under our command, say we go force them all because of this Kumba attack for work by the ADF code of conduct. So our forces them, all our general, they don't go talk for the community. Because of lack of time, I will show now only one of the video. This one General Hassan for the Ambazonia Defense Forces for inside the great state of Boyo. Now he own out in this way it done been an action we done do all across our territory. So the Ambazonia Defense Forces them on the ground would announce them for all man. Say we no go allow any man may kill Ambazonian them. If La Republique use any of its proxy forces or infiltrators them for instigate any force for ground zero for attack our innocent civilians them, that particular force will be confronted by the Ambazonia Defense Forces on the ground. Whether na for Bui, whether na for Boyo, whether na for Ngokitunja, Manfe, Manu, Lebialem, all across our national territory. We no go sit down, fold our arms, make La Republique use our own people for attack our own people. So make una hear our play an audio because it talk the one for the local population in the Banso language. Ma play an audio for English, make una hear the same.
For Bui. At the talk day one, as at the torso, another attack any person. Any commander, either Bui Warrior, ADF, IG for Bui. If you continue for the disturb my civilian there for Bui, I will be picking na General Hassan at the top. If you any commander, IG, Bui Warrior, ADF, you continue for the worry my civilian there for Bui, I go attack you. Now for they were there. And I don't over attack me, with all do plenty things them for we, but for Bui, I go defend my people them for Bui. If any village, if I hear any nonsense, I go attack that village. That's why I don't decide my own. If we not be ready for fight like the public, where we be to start for find them, for find them. If we not be for define them, we define them as civilian them for Bui. We define appeal them for Bui. My pa, you know, if we be able for do something where if he be plenty people in day, and if we count them. If now so you go continue, then I will wake up too. But I want to say me stop. Me stop. Me any man follow the rules and regulation and do way you supposed to do them for Bui. That's why I don't talk. That's why I don't talk. So if to say no continue say Bui. Over 1 year today we na Bui. I don't say go stop. I say me you na so take me. You na not take me. I go to follow person we want say me this struggle delay for Bui. That's what I don't talk now. General Hassan from Bui, I don't talk.
So now our overall commander that for the great state of Bui, he don't talk, and all our commander they don't visit the local population for inform them and will inform the general public. Say any force, whether you be ADF or not, if you turn your gun against our local population, we will come after you. We will not sit and close our hands, unfold our hands. We will come after you. Now, a decision will then be passed. I think we done inform the public already. Because of lack of time, I don't get time for show the remaining general them had they don't talk for their population. But now the thing that we don't talk following this Kumba incident and the other incident where like the public they use our people them for attack our people them. We no go see Shidong like the one we happen for inside Tale. We no go see Shidong allow la Republic for begin promote kidnapping for ransom or hire even Ambazonian for do the same thing. We don't see for Bamenda how they use the people them for inside prison for intimidate our people them for do kidnapping for ransom. We no go sit down, close our eyes or fold our arms and not take action. We go take action. We don't also today at one update when I say we don't carry out an attack for inside Akum. We be done tell when I say we will stop the importation or the bringing in brasseries product them for inside the great state of Savannah and Atlantic states. So yes, this morning we don't carry out an operation for inside Akum, where it target a convoy where they protect the motor the way they bring brasseries. They neutralize one of the vehicle them, destroy them, and our soldiers they then return back safely for their bases. We go the update una as soon as the media material then be available. May God bless una. Make our revolution be short. May our independence be forevermore with freedom, democracy in Ambazonia. God bless.